Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. Today we're diving into a report about Hilltop Holdings and some bonds they just paid off. Think of it like this, they finally paid off a loan shark, but instead of owing Tony Two Fingers, they owed investors. Let's see if they made the right call. Before we get started, if you appreciate getting straight insights from corporate documents, make sure you're subscribed. We also have a Discord community linked in the description below for deeper discussions. So the big news is that on May 15, 2025, Hilltop Holdings got rid of all of its 5.75% fixed to floating rate. Subordinated notes are basically a type of loan that gets paid back after other debts. The 5.75% for a while, but was going to change to a rate that goes up and down with the market. Due 2030 simply means the loan had to be paid back by then. Johan Kentroding 34.75 backs part of debts. The 5.75% for a while, but was going to change to a rate that goes up and down with the market. Due 2030 simply means the loan had to be paid back by then. They paid $50 million to get rid of these notes. The report says the $50 million price was the aggregate principal amount. That sounds complicated, but all it means is that's how much the company borrowed in the first place. The face value of the debt, they also paid any interest they still owed up to that date. The company had the right to pay off this debt early, starting May 15, 2025. This right came from an agreement dated May 11, 2020. Paying off a debt like this is called redeeming. They put enough money aside with a trustee, a bank basically, to make sure everyone gets paid. This section is about events that could make the company have to pay off its debts faster or pay more interest. Because they're redeeming the notes, this counts as such an event. This last section is just a catch-all for anything else worth mentioning. In this case, it just repeats what we already know about the notes being paid off. Now, what does all this mean for Hilltop Holdings? Well, getting rid of debt is generally a good thing. The important aspect about this debt is that it's subordinated, meaning that in case Hilltop went bankrupt, other lenders would get paid first. These kind of notes usually exist because the lender charges a higher rate. Given the extra risk, it's likely that 5.75% was above the current interest rate that Hilltop could borrow at. By paying off these notes now, they're avoiding the floating interest rate, which could have gone up and cost them more money. It also means they're freeing up $50 million worth of credit, meaning they could potentially borrow more or buy another company. However, it also means they spent $50 million plus interest. We would need to look into their cash flow and balance sheet to really understand if this was the best use of their money. Did they have enough cash on hand? Did they have other more pressing needs for that $50 million? Here's my take on Hilltop Holdings' decision. It seems like a reasonable move to reduce risk and potentially save money in the long run. The fact that they had enough cash to pay off the note suggests they're in a stable financial position. The downside, of course, is that money is now gone and not producing a return for the company. But without knowing more about their financial situation and future plans, it's hard to say for sure if this was the absolute best decision. What's your take on this financial move? Did Hilltop Holdings make the right call, or should they have held on to that $50 million? Let me know in the comments below. If you found this breakdown helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for more Corporate Decoder content. Also, be sure to join our Discord community. The link is in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.